What is going on, guys? I'm Consumer Tech Review, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Redragon K585 DITI. I'm going to do the unboxing for you, and then I'm going to go over the pros and the cons and my own real life experience that I've had with this one-handed keyboard. And if at any point during the video you want to check out this exact same one-handed keyboard, all the Amazon links below for the US, UK, and Canada, or you can get it from Redragon Direct and use my code CTR5% to get 5% off your order and help support the channel. But let's jump into that unboxing. Here is the timestamp if you want to skip it. All right, guys, unboxing the Redragon K585 DITI. This thing looks awesome. It's a one-handed keyboard, obviously. Really excited about this. Let's get this thing right open. Packaging is pretty nice. Okay, so you have the actual one-handed keyboard right there. You have some extra brown switches in a bag, the manual and a Redragon sticker, and then you have a USB-C braided cable from Redragon, really nice. And then let's get the actual keyboard out. All right, so right away you got nice rubber on four sides as well as on the wrist rest here, which feels pretty good. It's all made out of plastic, but it feels solid, and it does have the magnetic things right there. Feels really good. The magnet is pretty dang strong. Now, straight away, you have a switch puller and a keycap puller. Nice that they give you those. You have your macros up here, which actually feel pretty good. They don't push in super far, but it's a very satisfying click. Now, right away, I feel it's a lot of plastic construction, but it feels solid, and that's the good thing. Now, obviously, it's gonna be just like this. Now, I love this because right here, right where my thumb goes automatically. This thing feels ergonomic. This is perfect for my hand, absolutely perfect. It's at the perfect height. I am going to really enjoy using this. And you have the space bar. It's not like you have to be up there. That's where a space bar would normally be. This, it's down here, perfect. If you got longer hands, you can see, or longer thumbs, your thumb can go all the way over here. Now with this, that's gonna be pretty far. I'm not sure if that's a macro. It kind of seems like it's a macro, or maybe not. I'm not sure. These look like all the macros, but then again, these also look like the macros. I did get this one with brown switches, but overall, guys, I'm really impressed with the ergonomics and the feel of it. It feels really good. I do like the Redragon logo right there. Obviously all RGB, but that is my unboxing of the K585 one-handed keyboard. Love this thing so far. Can't wait to get to using it. Take it away with the full review, Future Consumer Tech Review. And we are back. Let's jump right into the very first pro, which is the ergonomics. They are so good. This thing is so comfortable to use, and what a big difference between a normal keyboard and this one-handed one. I wasn't expecting that there would be a huge difference because I've actually never used a one-handed keyboard before this one, but there's a massive difference in ergonomics. You can get a few different switches with this keyboard, but I got brown switches, but most of you guys are probably gonna want blue switches, which are gonna be a tactile and clicky feel, especially with this style of keyboard. Blue switches are probably what you're gonna want. They feel really good. They feel solid. They have a nice feel to them, a nice click to them. I've used a ton of Outemu blue switches. The browns feel fantastic too. A lot of this has to do with the solidity, the very solid feelingness of the keyboard deck. And this is kind of a different keyboard, so it doesn't have a super different feel than a mechanical keyboard, but it still feels quite solid, just like a normal mechanical keyboard. All right, now let's talk about that wrist rest, because this is a huge part for single-handed mechanical keyboards. The wrist rest is perfect. No, it is not a plush wrist rest. I don't mind that at all. You don't need it for this. It's a hard plastic, but it's got a nice texture to it. It is the perfect height in the perfect position. Everything about it is in the perfect location, everything. It's just so good. As well as that, it comes with two magnets that are very strong and never like disconnects, even if you're playing hard. It's very good, and it's kind of nice because you can just pull it right off there, snap it back on if you want it. Although I think 95% of the people getting this keyboard are gonna use it with the wrist rest, and it's good that this one is a really good one. Now let's talk about the space bar. This is pretty important because this is all about gaming. This thing is in a really good location, I think, not just for me, but a lot of different people. The size of it is good because if you have a lot of different hand types, this is still gonna work because of the size and length of it. So I have relatively small hands. but I'm still hitting the spacebar perfectly. Even people with much smaller hands than me are gonna be able to hit the spacebar perfectly. And people that have huge hands are still gonna be good because it's so long and it goes up that way, which I do enjoy that and I do like that. I think 100% of the people getting this are not gonna have a problem with the location of the spacebar. Let's also not kid ourselves, it's pretty epic the way all of these buttons are laid out and how sick this thing looks. Now another huge pro is this thing uses USB-C to plug it in. Fantastic, but not only that, but it actually has a USB pass-through. So if you want to plug in your headphones, if you want to plug in your mouse or anything really, you can even plug in your phone and charge it, this can do it because it has a USB pass-through. But as well as that, if you have USB-C connectivity, you could put on a custom key cable, whatever you want. You could put on, a nice one, spice things up a little bit, customize it how you want to. I really enjoy that and I'm glad that they have that. Now the RGB is typical Redragon. It's bright, you got a bunch of different modes. It's really nice. I love that rainbow look. Redragon does a good job with their RGB lighting. No problems there. Now the last pro is this thing has 7 programmable buttons. They're all big and nice and they're actually the switches. They're actually the mechanical switches. They're not separate buttons. They are keyboard switches, which is really nice because that's not typical. A lot of companies will put their macros, not the actual switch, which is not necessarily always a problem, but for this kind of keyboard, it's good that they are switches. Now that's also gonna move us straight into the cons. The biggest one, and really my only problem with this keyboard, because the build quality is great, everything else is great with it. I love the different sized buttons. I love the space bar being its cool shape. I love all the macros being all their cool shapes. The problem comes where if you want to put custom keycaps on this thing, you're not going to be able to because it has those different custom sizes just for this one-handed keyboard, which is fine. And we want that because we don't want a normal space bar on this thing. However, it is a problem because you're only going to be able to put custom keycaps on a few of the keys, like the normal keys. But for me, that's a little bit of a letdown. However, that is the only con. And for the price of this thing, you're getting a lot. And I do actually like the way the keys feel. So it's not a big deal. If you guys do want to up your gaming, this thing absolutely upped my gaming. And it's so much more comfortable to game with a one-handed keyboard than a normal keyboard. If you guys do want to go check this thing out, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, and Canada. Highly recommend it if you want to up your gaming, have it a little bit more comfortable and a little bit cool. Because let's be honest, this thing looks so cool and you feel epic because you got your freaking one-handed keyboard and your mouse and it's like separated. You're like ready to go. It feels more like you're in it to win it rather than it's like, oh, I'm going to switch from like typing out my schoolwork to like gaming. It's like, no, this is game mode. It's on. Let's go. So yeah, I definitely love the K580 or the K585. That's it. Yes, definitely love this keyboard. Highly recommend it if you guys want to up your gaming, you want something a little bit epicness in your life. But if you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you out, help me out and throw a like below. And if you want to check out my second channel where I do monitor reviews, go to the link in the description below, Type C Tech Reviews, my second channel. Please check it out. Help me out a little bit. But this was Consumer Tech Review. Thank you for all the love and support. We just hit 39,000 subs and 40,000 is coming up so quick. This channel's growing, baby. It's going big. We're going up. Also, someday, I'm gonna tell you this right now, someday, Redragon and I, we're gonna partner and make a keyboard together. 1 million subscribers. Once this channel hits 1 million subscribers, Redragon and I, we're gonna team up and make a keyboard together, Consumer Tech Review Edition. This was Consumer Tech Review, and I'll see you guys later.